Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, the C.Crane CCRadio made by Sanjin. This is the original model, the OG. Gotta love it. Super sensitive radio, it rocks. In this video, I'm going to do an evening medium wave band scan, but first I'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is. I think you can find these for around 40 to 60 bucks used on eBay. Just make sure the display works. I guess that's the first thing that fails, though mine has not yet. This is really old. Some of the buttons are a little touchy, but they still work, which is fantastic. This was donated to the channel by Mr. Sparks54. Thank you, sir. Awesome radio. I find that I enjoy this radio the most in the evening, so this is a perfect time to start tuning. I love it. So let's check out features. Left-hand side, just nice durable plastics. Definitely held up over the years. Sanjin on top there. We got a metal speaker grill. Got a Boss logo. Loving the touches. Behind there we have a 5-inch speaker. Sounds pretty good. We have 4 bands, 3 usable. We have an FM band, AM band of course, TV band which is obsolete, and our weather band. Nice. Some buttons down here. We have a light button. Actually it's a really faint green light. You probably see when it's really dark in your room. The newer models have like 3 or 4 degrees of adjustment, I believe. So they get pretty bright, but not this one. Just how this one's made. We have a display button. What that does is when your radio's on, the frequency's shown and you want to know what time it is, say you're logging a station, hit this button, it goes to the clock. Hit it again, goes right back to the frequency. Real smart idea. Loving it. A band button, of course, cycles your bands, 4 bands there. Time set when the radio is off. You can press and hold this and set the time. We have a sleep function dedicated. We have incremental tuning and browse tuning here. And fast course tuning. This is nice. I'll be using this mainly tonight, unless I have to use the fine tuning on the knob here on the right. We have treble and bass control. Think of these as your bandwidth filters on AM because you can actually give it some bass, take out the treble, and you'll be able to pull in some faint signals that way and eliminate some of the background hiss. Okay, let's look at the right-hand side. Volume control. We've got a headphone jack. We have a lockout switch. And of course that fine tuning knob. When you use this, it moves it in 1 kHz steps, though this one's been used a lot, so the encoder sometimes jumps a little bit backwards and forwards. Even though you might be going forward, it might tune back. So yeah, as these radios get old, they do age. But the tuning buttons on the front there work fine. On top here we're greeted with a bunch of buttons. We have the alarm set button, weather alert mode set button, 5 dedicated presets, so you get 5 on AM, 5 on FM. You get the idea. Power button, pretty basic. We have our telescopic whip antenna that comes up and has a little elbow at the bottom, so you can pivot at 360 degrees, and it's 20 inches long. Got a little handle here, kind of a grip. It's not really good. It feels like it's going to slip out of your hand, so you better just use 2 hands. They make a little satchel for this radio that you can use to carry it if you're going portable, which isn't a bad thing to do, because it is a portable radio, though it's better on a desktop. As you can see, we have external AM antenna connections. We have an AC input there, which is nice. And of course, down here's our battery bay, which holds 4 D-cell batteries. And then upside down, you can read that if you want. Some information on the bottom. So it still has little rubber feet there. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do a quick size comparison. Start cruising the band because I think we'll catch the top of the hour IDs because we're close to midnight here. It's always cool to do late night DXing, especially with this radio, because the key about this radio is there's no auto tuning, which is fantastic. So here's a CC pocket in the house. As you can see, time is being displayed on both. You have your clock here on the display showing 11:54 p.m. That's Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA. And as you can see, it's got seconds as well. So CC pocket, itty tiny. This is your micro AM FM weather band radio. Next we have the CC Skywave. There you go. Really won't need that for frequency checking because this is digital. Yay. And of course, last but not least, we have a deck of cards. Just in case you don't have those two radios. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like some of us can. He's the master man who loves to tune it faster than you, man. He loves to see cranes from USA land. I'm Iron Man. Yeah, so little history on C.Crane. Most of you know it, but C.Crane is based in California, though they do contract with Chinese and Taiwan companies to build their radios, but they build it to the C.Crane specifications, which is fantastic. Now, this does have an 8-inch or 200mm ferrite antenna inside this one. It's just not the twin coil variety. You notice it doesn't say twin coil down here? That's because it only has one coil on the ferrite, but it's good. It's so sensitive during the day. It's fantastic, and if you use passive loops with it during the day, it improved it. It's that sensitive of an antenna. It doesn't have auto tuning, so it's fantastic. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Let's go to the power button. So we got our memory, frequency, band we're on, and battery life indicator. You can see that there. It becomes a little sharp if I tilt it. Okay. Volume control, of course, on the right here. We're going to use this seat control. Example. There we go. Just barely audible. This is CHLO 530 Brampton, Ontario, which is 441 miles away, 250 watts. Tuning indicator. This is 540. It should be WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin.
Should go right to the Supreme Court, and Judge Janet should not recuse herself. Judge Janet should not recuse herself. She should definitely not recuse herself, and should hold.
When I move it to the west, that's north, I pick up CBK Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is 1,025 miles away. Barely audible.
But I want to compliment you.
I can hear it mixing. Okay, let's keep going. Here's the fine tuning, but it doesn't work perfect. Oh, now it is. Well, nope, jump back. If you have patience, you'll get there. Keeps going back. There we go.
Dad, too. Now with 11 varieties, back to school means back to Dogtown.
Okay, this is KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts, to the southeast, actually.
So why not switch up your banking and turn to your neighbors? My good friends at Neighbors Credit Union.
I think I'll just use these front buttons.
Be there for you with their great lineup of savings, loans, and
protect your retirement savings now. You could get up to $10,000 in free silver from Sean Hannity's partner, Goldco. You heard right. $10,000 in free silver from Goldco when you call 855-815-GOLD. So don't miss what could be your best opportunity to protect your retirement savings today.
Yeah, so the basic treble have little notches at the top, which is nice.
Gold. That's 85.
So 560 WIND, Chicago.
You're smart, you're busy, and don't have time to waste on the mainstream media cycle.
Enjoy this member benefit with an ongoing gift of $5 a month or more. For more information, go to will.illinois.edu/passport. As a part of Illinois Public Media, WILL AM 580 and WILL FM 90.9 HD3 Urbana. And it's also online at...
So we're picking up, 150 miles south, station 580. That's nice. I usually don't pick it up in the evening. That's cool.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service.
Nice. Keep going.
Free never sounded so good.
trying to take the speaker's gavel away. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Congressman Matt Gaetz making good on his threat.
Top of the hour. Oh, we missed that. This is WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's 175 miles to the west, 5,000 watts.
Deals with the Democrats.
I think the American people deserve to know.
Stats, which ties their franchise record. Bobby Wagner with 17 tackles.
KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts to the south-southwest.
Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett has a bone bruise in his knee. No word yet on his status for the...
McCarthy the first time. He will try and try again.
Gates launched the challenge after McCarthy worked...
WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That continues
It's pretty close to me, 52 miles away.
for 45 days. Monday, President Biden said the...
Country music on CFCO, Chatham, Ontario. 310 miles, 6,000 watts to the northeast. That direction, kind of diagonal. I'm nulling it out because if I turn it this way, I'm going to pick up St. Louis.
It's a big deal, whether you have done well or poorly, because you give all your rewards back.
So just turned the radio about 90 degrees, and now I'm picking up KYFI out of St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
Rewards aren't supposed to be.
And running offices and deployment that's perfect for what's happening
the security conditions necessary.
Picking up two stations. This one here is WOI, Ames, Iowa. 265 miles, 1,000 watts. In that direction is WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, which is more of a local, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts at night.
Yonder lies a steel driving van. Yonder lies a steel.
650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee. That deserves some bass. Nice.
Vintage vinyl to the all-time greats. You're listening to WSM Classics.
So WSM is Nashville, Tennessee, which is 434 miles to the south.
Everybody knows you've been stepping on my toes.
Nice.
What annoyed me tonight, and it was Dable, and throwing that tablet. You know what, man? Look, you know, he's a much better man.
Here's 660 WFAN, New York, New York. Home of the Yankees, 750 miles to the northeast.
Supposed to be a representative of a really good organization, and he should be better than that. And I'm sorry, guys.
Really nice selectivity in the evening.
I appreciate the call, and I'm sure Brian Dable would prefer not to do that. You know, but he does a good job in his press conferences being calm. But we've all been at practices. Brian Dable was a temper.
Gate took them no time. I mean, to start the game off, it just appeared that this was going to be a...
Here's 670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
Seattle going up early.
That allows the mRNA to slip past immune defenses. Catherine Ward, Global News, Toronto. In entertainment, on the heels of Eras Tour comes a documentary about Beyonce's 39-city Renaissance World Tour. Tickets for Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, will premiere in theaters on December 1st. From the Global News Desk, I'm Daria Sargar.
I heard say Toronto, but this is not the direction for Toronto. Not sure what we heard. Maybe it was just news from Toronto, because Toronto is definitely this way, and it nulls out here.
We're pulling an all-nighter all across Canada. This is the 7. James Hewitt.
Good evening, all across Canada. We are live. Checkins.ca is our website online. It's a landing page where you can go to and get connected with everything with the ship. Nice and easy. Including our Facebook group.
Okay, we'll keep going. Picking up a hint of CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles.
There's more behind the badge.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or...
I'm going to look up that 680. I think it can't be Toronto, I don't think, because I think it was more northwest. Yeah. Canadian station for sure, but I'll have to see if they... It's not on my list here. Okay, 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east. Sounds like local.
Great result. That's pound 250 and...
Nice, we can null out WGN. That's surprising. Right now we're just a hint of WOR, New York, New York.
Sports. And the Blackhawks host Detroit tonight in preseason play at the United Center. You can hear it with John Weideman.
720 WGN, Chicago.
720 WGN and WGNradio.com.
Says it. Okay, this music, I think, is CKDM, Dauphin, Manitoba, 820 miles northwest. And now we got Zoomer Radio, CFZM, 740 out of Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast. Nice. Can't hover on the music, but cool.
Rainbow modeling compound.
Off your tongue like that.
Falls right off your tongue. Kate basically looked at Joseph and said, "Are you an idiot?" That's not.
750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
Pop into a...
Are you talking about something specifically?
Like she didn't know.
What? I don't know.
Like she didn't know. Yeah.
Here's WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
Stupid question.
It is.
Radio 77 WABC. Now, here's Frank Morano.
WABC, New York, New York, 750 miles. Nice. Got call letters.
So I covered my typewriter, opened my purse, examined my shopping list, looked at my paycheck, tore up my shopping list, kicked my typewriter, slammed the door, and I'm off. Which reminds me, Irma Peterson is waiting for me on 42nd Street.
780 WBBM, Chicago. My friend Irma's playing. I love old-time radio on Monday through Friday between 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Central Time.
Sal smoking a cigar in broad daylight.
Hello, lady. I'm old enough to be your father.
Don't you dare sit there and talk to me that way.
Look, lady, I ain't sitting. I happen to be a singer midget, and I'm tall for my age.
Just a minute, Sonny.
Now, listen, lady, stop annoying me, or I'll climb up over this curb and let you have it. Dames are always trying to pick me up.
Hilarious.
In the building, if we're going to talk about you wanting to win,
I think this is CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles northeast.
Quite a bit of evidence that these alerts don't always have the intended effect.
WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
It will only work for cell phones, for phones that have...
Oh, my goodness, yes. Seriously. Are there minds just handing them a Pop-Tart and then getting them out the door in the morning? These people with this... on Capitol Hill, it seems like we're dealing with 3-year-olds. Because if you think about it, that would be...
Here's 820. This is WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles. They're laughing away.
Sure that Venezuela does not continue.
Don't know what's so funny, you know. It's like forced laughter. Gotta love it. 830 is WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles. Let's tune it in.
Conversation, it tells you a lot.
Ernesto, a very good evening to you. The foreign minister has raised this level internationally now, speaking out about a crisis. However,
because broadly, many people now simply ignore.
Okay, can't hover on this, unfortunately. This is coast to coast. This is 840, WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, about 300 miles southeast. Yeah, I always use 840. It comes in pretty clear, typically, for me, in my area.
Because they've
sometimes been misused in the past. Sometimes alerts are sent out very well. For what you call world-class situation, you can definitely increase the odds that alerts are going to be ignored by more and more people.
Same guy talking. There's 850 KOA Denver, Colorado, 890 miles. They host coast to coast as well, though there is a mixing station in there, as you can hear.
I remember that.
But 890 miles is amazing.
This is not a drill, and it took more than half an hour for it.
L'adaptation d'un film Network qui est paru en 1976, mais c'est une pièce de théâtre
860 CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
avec l'acteur Brian Prince.
And the reality is we know that it's about hard work and great effort, tremendous attitude that helps you get ahead in your professional life. And so now we've got to be...
Here's 870. This is WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles.
That's got to be the path. But as we see in today's world...
You don't just sell, you get to profit from our strategy after closing. We buy homes in poor condition, foreclosures, estate sales, homes with reverse mortgages, homes with non-paying tenants, even land. Remember, sell once, get paid twice with Max Out Homes. Call 800-800-5040. That's 800-800-5040. Or visit maxouthomes.com.
This is a WCBS 880 News Late Edition. I'm Leron Putney.
Late edition. There you go, WCBS. This is New York, New York. Again, 750 miles northeast. We pick it up pretty good here from Chicago because it shoots right across the Great Lakes.
Adds up to the world's 9th largest lottery jackpot ever. And winning numbers for this humongous misgoverning, we know. Well, you know, it's the whole list. You know.
Here's 890 WLS Chicago. High-pitched whine coming from the camera. All my radios get interfered with that.
And unfortunately, one.
A little quicker.
I'm saying that would be a leading candidate to be a fill-in for the U.S. Senator position in California. You know, that's one of the reasons.
Could be Detroit WFDF. 270 miles, 25,000 watts at night. Yeah, there's a lot of coast-to-coast programming we're picking up on every station. I think this is WHA Madison, and I hear it. They got the science dude talking.
Right. You did have a big six. Mm-hmm. So you're taking the Seahawks, and we would agree, I think, that in the NFC...
This is KMBZ, Kansas City, Missouri, 490 miles, 5,000 watts.
Clicking. But hang on, I'm sorry. Who was it that came off the bench that was
Southeast.
first half in like 2 years?
And the tension reflected in the sound clips you played at the beginning of the show.
The tension I've been reading about, I'm not there, obviously, in the courtroom is quite something as well, not just the comments outside, but, you know, the Washington Post one.
990, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles, northwest.
You know, trying to assert power in the
And, you know, Bill Belichick, the reason.
And there's no auto-tuning. You hit it, it's dead on. It's just on. I like that. 1000 WMVP Chicago.
Pull the ball back up in their own
Makes it perfect for evening DXing.
That can run back for scores right before the half.
I started thinking when you mentioned that these are basically school kids, you know, not wanting to take the test.
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
He did. He's in junior high school and he's like flunking.
Sky on this Tuesday morning. Expect patchy fog. Lows will range from the mid-40s in some cooler inland suburbs to 55 in downtown Boston. Later today, patchy fog to start. Otherwise,
so there we go, Boston. This is WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles to the east-northeast.
But dropping into the 50s in some inland suburbs. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, rather warm and a bit more humid. High 77. Thursday, a blend of sun and clouds. High 70.
Keep going.
Too small to cover the sun like a total eclipse. And that's
more coast to coast. Again, can't hover on it because they do sell their tracks. And yeah, comes up as a check, you know, on my video. WHO 1040 Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
Pennsylvania researchers the technology behind the
KYW 1060, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Got a phone call at 3:40 a.m. My this is for the telephone. The Secretary General of the Nobel.
We got some religious music on KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles due south.
Sites, and you can learn so much more about all this at theskylive.com.
Okay, so this Coast to Coast is coming in clear in a lot of stations tonight. WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles to the east.
Skies, as I'm your navigator on the highway to the heavens.
Our mission is to not only deliver exceptional results, but to change the way companies do business and make St. Louis a safer place, one case at a time.
When you're injured, you need the best. Call Onder Law at 314 or 618-9000.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
As autumn temperatures get cool.
That you could miss on your own. If you do become a victim of identity theft,
WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
will be dedicated to your case.
Go a little quicker now.
Become a victim of identity theft, the U.S.-based life.
George Norrie, love it. WHAM, 1180 Rochester, New York, 545 miles. He is on every AM station almost. Wow.
25% off your first year. If you do become a victim of identity, U.S.-based life.
There he is again. I love it. WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsildania, 700 miles.
No, but I have this.
Join now.
What's that?
Mixing.
Supporting our ministry here at Unlimited Grace, we would like to send you a copy of this book to encourage you and help you understand how the Lord work fulfills God's purposes, even if He calls you to labor in difficult places or for difficult people. You can request your copy of Grace at Work when you donate online at unlimitedgrace.com or by calling 844.
Some religious station on 1220. Okay. We're going to zip through this part of the band. We're going to go all the way up to 1500. This usually is pretty hard to navigate. Call it the graveyard part of the band. Stations all intermixing, low power stations. So we're going to go up to 1500.
This is Coast to Coast AM.
Of course it is. 1510 WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south. It's wonderful.
The Phoenix Suns, 9682.
1530. Beautiful. WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
And today in 2001, just after midnight, Derek Jeter hit the walk-off home run that earned him the nickname Mr. November. It was the first time
To get out of my parents going to open house. If my parents ever went to every open house, my high school life would have...
1540 KXCL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's go up to 1610. CHHA, I can do that. 2 H's. 1610, Toronto, Ontario. Got some Lethal Woman on KCJJ, The Mighty, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles, 1,000 watts to the west. Almost done.
Non-contact thermometers are inaccurate and can miss fevers. Accuracy.
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles, 1,000 watts to the west.
Exergen thermometers are available at...
and more. And for peace, they should have a bias which would lead them to believe in the essential goodness of their fellow man.
I guess WOZN, Madison. Local. Yeah, I think the music's WPTX, Lexington Park, Maryland, 685 miles, but it sounds ethnic, so I'm not sure.
Look at JR Sport Brief. Jimmy Butler looks crazy. His own teammates were out there laughing at him. And he's a character.
1700 KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Just about anybody. The JR Sport Brief Show here with you on CBS Sports Radio. 855-212-4CBS. That's 855-212-4CBS. Giants bad. Jets bad. At least the Bills are repping for New York. I'm going to get some more of your calls on the other side here on CBS Sports Radio.
There you go. Cool. So we're done. There it is, the OG CC Radio. Yeah, it's really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I will tell you the CC Radio 2E and 3 are really good daytime. They do outperform this radio during the day. They have that auto tuning that works fantastic. But in the evening, the auto tuning kind of gets in the way when you're tuning and you want to get some faint signals quick and you want to be on the station immediately. You'll find that auto tuning gets in the way of doing that. With no auto tuning, like a radio like this, it's fantastic, and it's a great radio to have. So yeah, if you want to pick one up, I'll have links below. If they still sell them, if you can find a good one on eBay with a working display, decent cabinet, pick one up. I think you'll enjoy it. Might need some button cleaning. You might have to work on some of that. Encoder knob might not work as much, but as long as these front buttons work, you're in business. So that's mainly all you need right here. As long as you can get to your stations. So otherwise, perfect radio. I love it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, if you enjoy Sanjin or CC Radios, C.Crane, just hit subscribe at the bell icon, get notified of future reviews, comparisons, band scans. Of course, 3, comment below what you think about owning an original CC radio. Is it something you would consider? Knowing there's a 2E and a 3 out there, you let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.